All right, Guten Tag. What's right, fans? The Chiefs and Dolphins are heading to Germany for a face-off.
Yep.
Uh, Kansas City's practice games are over and all that. Taylor Swift's boyfriend's really mad about the offensive production and says that it needs to
hmm
come to a stop before things get out of hand. If these
Yep.
struggles continue and this offensive production continues to lack, how are they going to keep up with the Dolphins?
Well, if the offense
Also,
struggles, they
yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
9 points on a defense that allowed 70 points just earlier this year is I don't really know how you what do you say about that?
Okay, so a few things. The Broncos game, obviously, the Chiefs looked terrible offensively in scoring 9 points. And by the way, in the game they won against the Broncos, they only scored 19. Now, it should be noted, since that 70-point debacle, the Broncos defense has been far, far better. People are like, oh, the Jets scored 30 on them. No. I mean, Russell Wilson had a fumble 6 in that game. The Jets scored 24. The Packers scored 17. The Broncos defense has, improved from the 70, but it's not a great defense. I'm not arguing that. But I also think that two things are happening with the Chiefs discourse right now. One is our memories have never been shorter. The Chiefs offense looked terrible on Sunday. Okay, sure. The week before, Mahomes had over 300 yards at halftime. The 1 week ago, the question was, is Patrick Mahomes going to set the single game all-time record for passing yards, which Norm Van Brocklin has held for 70 years? So that's first of all. Second of all, in this Broncos game, the offense moved the ball, but they had 5 turnovers. No one wins with 5 turnovers. In NFL history, games you have 5 turnovers, you win 6% of the time. In NFL history, games you lose the turnover battle by 4 or more, which the Chiefs did, you win less than 3% of the time. Last year, the Chiefs, when they got in the red zone, got a touchdown more than 70% of the time, best in the league. This year, the Chiefs, when they get in the red zone, they score a touchdown 50% of the time, dead middle of the league, like 17th. Everyone right now, except for me, it would seem, is freaking out about the wide receivers. They will be fine. You have the same group as last year, with Rashee Rice in for Juju Smith-Schuster. Oh, Nick, what about the red zone stuff? Juju had 3 total touchdowns last year. He was not the red zone answer. So a couple things are going on with the Chiefs. One is Mahomes needs to play better. I know no one wants to say it, but the reason the Chiefs believe they can get by with this group of skill position guys is because they believe they have the head and shoulders best player in the world. They do. Thus far this year, he has simply played like a fringe MVP candidate rather than the head and shoulders greatest quarterback we've ever seen. That is a big responsibility to put on him. He can handle it. That's the first part of it. The second part of it is, and people can say, Nick, you're wish casting here. I know I'm right on this. The Chiefs have different, I don't want to say different playbooks, but Andy Reid has the red zone packages and plays that he would rather not use early or often against bad opponents because he wants to keep them under wraps for the bigger games and for later in the season. And you know how I know this? Because last year, when they were playing a mediocre opponent, they were so bored in the red zone, they did the damn ring around the rosy play that the players had drawn up earlier in the week. The idea that Andy Reid doesn't have certain things he's holding in reserve is nonsense. Now, it bit them against the Broncos. There is no doubt about that. But the idea, 1 week ago, the discussion was Patrick Mahomes is the NFL's MVP. after the Charger game. He was the Vegas favorite. We couldn't even do the topic on First Things First because everyone agreed. And now a week later, the sky's falling. No, it's not. What I do think they need to do with the receivers is this. They were using the first couple months of the season. I called it practice, but it was also kind of tryouts. Who is going to earn the actual spots? And the answer has been Rashee Rice has earned it. Sky Moore has not. So Sky's snaps are going to go down. Rashee's snaps are going to go up. But this idea that the Chiefs, who if the playoffs started today, would be the number 1 seed, the Chiefs, who Vegas right now has as the favorites to win the Super Bowl, my apologies, guys, the idea that team is in dire straits is lunacy.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.